How to Train Your Caterpillar, a spiritual life coaching channel. You're very welcome here. Thank you for checking out the video and the channel. I appreciate it a lot. So this video is going to be about how to spot a covert narcissist, a really easy way. Hopefully you'll find something in it that you can use and you'll enjoy it, and if that is the case and you feel called to like and subscribe for me, I'd appreciate that a lot as well. So the reason I'm making this video is, you know, when you go through your spiritual awakening, your dark night of the soul, your hermit phase, whatever you want to call it, often what happens is you end up cutting people out of your life, right? It doesn't happen to everyone, but it happens to a lot of people. And for some of you, some of those people might be narcissists, okay? You may realize that a lot of people in your life are narcissists, and there is a lot of information out there on overt narcissists, but I feel like there isn't a lot out there on covert narcissists, because you may find that there's a particular person in your life, right, that you're there's something off about them. You know there's something off about them, and you know that they're not following the pattern of the overt narcissist, right? Because you may have had overt narcissists in your life, you've seen the pattern, you know, you've done research, you've seen the pattern, and you're like, okay, you gotta go. But then there's another person, or there's like, maybe you keep meeting this type of person who you can tell there's something not right, but they're not following the same pattern as an overt narcissist, or they're not using the same tactics. In that case, it's possible that they are a covert narcissist. So in a nutshell, the tool of the covert narcissist is guilt. That's, in a nutshell, that's their MO, okay, which I'm going to come back to. I feel like I'm something of an expert on narcissists. That's my flex, because I just feel like that's what I've dealt with, you know, just forever. It's just bam, 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 like one after another, narcissist, narcissist, narcissist. Like the universe just kept sending them until I got the lesson, right, which was boundaries, okay? And now that I've learned that lesson and I don't let people walk all over me, and I'm not so much of a people pleaser anymore, now they don't come. Or when they do try and come, I'm like, no, I see you, you're not getting in here, that's not happening. So I consider myself something of an expert on the topic. So that's what I found though, you know. I was trying to identify what this particular person was, and I realized eventually after a lot of research what they were. So I just wanted to give you this video as like a handy kind of, oh, okay, so that's what it is, okay, cool. And then you can make your own choice about what, you know, whether or not you want to keep this person in your life or not. But I just want to say as well, you know, someone who is like a narcissist it's different from having narcissistic tendencies. Like if someone's kind of cocky or arrogant, you know, like that's just narcissistic tendencies probably, right? Everybody has that, we all have that. But an actual narcissist is a personality disorder. They really like empaths, and they really like people pleasers, basically because those people are putting out, because that goes hand in hand, the empath and the people pleaser. If you want to know more about that stuff, I have videos on that, feel free to check them out if you want. But you know, empaths, people pleasers, because they're putting out this vibe of like, you know, they don't validate themselves, it's like they're looking for validation you know, out with. It's like, you know, chum in the water, chum in shark infested water. Like these people just come for you relentlessly, right? Just relentlessly, until you learn your lesson about boundaries, basically. But yeah, so yeah, and there's two types is the thing. There's the, like I was saying, there's the overt narcissists who are much easier to spot, because they're, like the name suggests, they're much more in your face. You know, they're grandiose, you know, their tool of choice, like their MO is anger, you know, anger, aggression, bullying, outright bullying, like keeping you down, keeping you in fear, insulting you heavily to your face. That's the tool of the overt narcissist, because they they don't mind being seen, right? That's what they want. They want to be seen, they want the attention, and they don't give a shit, okay? That's just who they are, okay? Both types of narcissists will use gaslighting and love bombing, okay? The love bombing thing is like quite, you know, self-explanatory, but the gaslighting thing, that's a video in itself, and I've already done a video on that if you want to check that out, because if there is someone in your life who's gaslighting you, I don't know, they're not always a narcissist, but like, I don't know, 70-80% chance, you know, this person's a narcissist. You should at least check it out. But if you want to check out the gaslighting video and see if that applies to you, because they both use that, you know, feel free to check that out. But like I said, the covert narcissists, like the name suggests, they tend to sort of fly under the radar a little bit more, right? Which almost makes them more dangerous, because they're much harder to spot. It'll take you much longer. Like once you cut out the overt narcissists, it'll take you probably another few years after you've done that to spot this person, right? Because like I said, their tool is guilt. So it's not so much like in your face, you know, they're not so much like aggressive with the like fear and the putting you down and stuff. They'll still put you down, but they'll do it in a much sneakier way, you know. They'll do the gaslighting thing, but it'll be done in a sort of sneaky way. But if there is someone in your life who you associate with chronic guilt and shame, you should consider that that person could be, not saying that they necessarily are, but they could be a covert narcissist. Now, the chronic guilt and shame thing, this is a different thing from, you know, there may be someone in your life that you fell out with, or you know, maybe you don't go and see your gran as much as you should, or you know, you did something to someone and you feel bad about it, right? That's a different thing. I'm talking about someone here, and if this is someone who's in your life, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Just the thought of them fills you with guilt and shame and self-loathing, because that's what they've conditioned you to feel. So even their name, you know, it's like, oh, guilt and shame and self-loathing, particularly if you've grown up with them, because that's what they've conditioned you to feel, okay? So that's the answer. That's how to spot a covert narcissist. Guilt. Someone who makes you feel chronic guilt and chronic shame when you haven't done anything wrong, you know, you're just being you're just trying to live your life. That's how to identify them, because they're really fucked up. Like, they want the attention, but they want to seem like a nice person. You know, whereas the overt narcissist is just like, hey, I'm an asshole, you know, look, here I am. But the covert narcissist is more like, oh, I'm such a nice person. I'm a nice person. I'm still gonna, like, you know, kick you in the vagina, but like, I'm such a good person. Like, don't confuse me with the bad people. I'm a great person, but I'm still gonna insult you to your face and like manipulate you 7 ways from Sunday, and, you know, use and abuse you. Because, you know, they're like covert. They like to play the victim. A covert narcissist likes to play the victim. Like, an overt narcissist will do that too, in the way that nothing is ever their fault, right? Like, you know, if someone tries to sort of make them take responsibility for their actions, they're just gonna be like, no man, that wasn't me, like, that was you, or that was him, or that was her, like, what are you talking about? But a covert narcissist is different, because that's what, like, their entire persona is the victim. You know, like, oh, poor me, everything is so much worse for me, you know, I just feel bad for me, feel guilt and shame for not doing enough for me, you know. You may also notice, like, another tactic that they tend to use is there's usually some kind of fictitious illness or injury, and it's something that is incredibly hard to prove, you know, because it's not real usually, you know, but it's just another way of them getting attention. Or maybe they do have like something, but they'll play it up really a lot so that you feel sorry for them, and you do things for them, and you give them attention, and you'll listen to them whine like a bitch, you know, all the time. But a lot of the time it's just fictitious, like they've just made it up, you know, because you could literally crawl into the room with your limbs all cut off using just your tongue, and announce that like your house had burnt down, you've lost your job, and you know, a cat peed in your face or something, and they'll be like, oh, you think that's bad? Wait until you hear what happened to me. That's nothing compared to what I've been through. And it's usually something like stupid, and you're like, what, what are you, what? But they've conditioned you to sit there and be like, yeah, that's terrible. Like, let's talk about you and your problems, even though like my life is completely fallen apart and I have nothing. Let's talk about you some more. So that might be something else to watch out for. I'm not gonna really do any more narcissist videos because like there's so much out there, you know, on narcissists. If you want to know more, there's a really good channel called Dr. Ramani, I think her name is. She's great, but I just wanted to make this video about the covert narcissists because like I said, they're much sneakier, you know, to identify. So that's the video. I hope you find something in it that you can use. And you enjoyed it as much as you could. Don't forget to like and subscribe for me if you feel like doing that. I'd appreciate it a lot. And as always, I wish you many blessings, love and light. Take care.